Hello, you're watching Bones and Stones, and today we're in the Lake District, and we're going on a magical mushroom finding expedition in the woods here, as you can see.
Yeah, okay, don't make fun. Mushrooms just make me very excited. The first one here is the velvet shank, and it is an edible mushroom, quite a tasty one by all accounts, and one of the few edible ones that you can find in the winter. But I would never recommend eating mushrooms you find in the wild because you never know. I wouldn't want you to poison yourself. Looks a bit like the clustered dome cap, but the clustered dome cap only grows in the grass, not on rotting wood like this, so you know it's not that. Next we have a lovely little bracket fungus known as the turkey tail, due to its coloration. Lovely little waterfall. And this is the slippery jack, so called because of its greasy appearance. And we have the most famous mushroom of all, the fly agaric. Same one in Super Mario, the same one that the Smurfs live in. It is of course deadly poisonous, don't eat it. This is the black bulgar, not a very pretty looking one, but very important in the ecosystem because it eats lots of rotting wood. Lots of people know about the fly agaric, but there are others. This is the clouded agaric, very poisonous. And this is the oyster mushroom, which is not poisonous at all, and in fact very delicious. Again, I would never recommend picking them from the wild. This is Derwentwater, very stormy. And this is a bracket fungus called the many-zoned polypore, because it's got many zones of coloration. Found this one along a running river leading to the Derwentwater Lake. This one is candle snuff, and candle snuff fungus is very common in the UK, grows in groups on dead wood, especially on rotting stumps and broad-leaved trees. It's often found growing through moss, like here.
And there's such a really tiny one.
Now this one growing on a stump. Wasn't fully sure of the identification, but I think it's a rusty wood rotter. There are very similar species of Gymnophilus around, so it's difficult to identify them sometimes. This is the start of Mount Skiddaw, which we did eventually reach the summit of. Very foggy. It turns out clouds are not as nice and fluffy once you're inside them. Wouldn't recommend. Good fun though. On the way down from Mount Skiddaw we found this, a jelly antler fungus, growing in a little clump in the grass. We also found a rolling puffball. Puffballs are so called because, well, have a look. They puff out all of their spores. Don't breathe them in, especially if you're immunocompromised. And then lastly, what I thought was a strange fungus growing on this tree, upon zooming in turned out to be money. This is a wishing tree, and in Britain this is a tradition that dates back to the 1700s, whereby passers-by would knock coins into wood with stones, hoping for good fortune. It's said that a sick person knocking in a coin would be recovered, and if you took out a coin, you'd become ill. It's a good job we didn't do that. Queen Victoria even wrote about visiting one in Scotland in her diaries. So this is a well-known thing, apparently. First time I've ever seen it, though. Anyway, that's everything. So thank you for watching, and a new video will be uploaded in due course.